no longer a green voter, now a yellow voter. So this is our last scenario. We'll pick on myself. So Steve Morrow comes in to see Pat at St. Tim's in West Des Moines, and Pat's team asks for my name, and I give it to him, Steve Morrow, and they lift me up, and there I am, I'm in the book. So Pat's team has me verify my address, and I say, yep, I live at 203rd Street, and that matches our record. So far, so good. Pat's team asked Steve, you wish to vote Democratic ballot today still? I sure do, I want to be a Democrat today still. And then we notice over here we have an A next to their name. So we say, Steve, according to our records, you have an outstanding absentee ballot. And the voter may say, I have a what? I have a what? What are you talking about? I have an outstanding absentee. Well, according to our records, you have an A next to your name, and that means you have an outstanding absentee ballot. Therefore, we need you to do a provisional ballot. A what? Provisional ballot? What's that? You can, at that time, you can point to the yellow. Because now, this is a voter who is in the green, but has gone to the yellow. This is a voter's name has an A and does not have the absentee ballot to surrender. They must vote a provisional ballot. What is that? Well, you can flip over here to the other side of the poster, and it says, if you are in the register, or if you are, or if you have an outstanding absentee ballot, you will use the provisional ballot envelope and receipt form. Okay. If you say so, Mr. Poll Worker, that's what I'll do. So, we get into our provisional ballot playbook. And in your provisional ballot playbook, when you thumb through it, you're going to find this play. It's going to be titled Provisional Ballot Absentee A Example. You're going to find it and you're going to execute it. And you're going to copy it verbatim. And this is what we're going to do here. This is simple. Box 1 is to be completed by the precinct worker. Name of the precinct, Des Moines 82, Allen 1, West Des Moines 115, whatever it is, it goes right there. Date of the election, June 5th, 2018. Why are we running this play? This play is being ran because we have an absentee voter with no ballot to surrender. We'll sign and date it. Susan will then take the handoff and she will sign her name. She will give us her address, and then give us her date of birth. And then Susan will then end it by signing her name and giving us the date. Susan's already a registered voter. How do we know that? She's in our book, right? So does she need to fill this out? No. We're going to put an X over this, and then we'll go ahead and we'll hand Susan her ballot and her provisional ballot envelope. And we'll say, Susan, I need you to step over to the voting booth, mark your ballot. When you're done marking your ballot, I need you to put it into the provisional ballot envelope and seal it up and bring it back to me. Bring it back to me. Okay? You got that, Susan? Bring it back to me. I got it. So when she's doing that, we are finishing up by filling out the receipt. The packet of things that have the receipt right there. And all we're doing is we're thumbing through. Do you see this example? And we are writing her name here, why we ran the play. Box 2, for checking this last box. There's nothing else Susan needs to do. She don't need to go back and get her absentee ballot. She don't need to turn it into our office. There's nothing she needs to do. We'll check that box right here. Box 3 means nothing to us, and we'll sign and date it. So when Susan's done marking her ballot, she will hand us her ballot, and we will hand her her receipt. And we'll put her provisional ballot envelope into the red bag, because all provisional ballots go into the red bag. After the election's over with, we will go through all 177 red bags. We'll pull Susan's out, and we will notice that Susan has a provisional ballot envelope there marked absentee ballot that she did not surrender. We will double check our records and make sure we don't have it. If we don't have her original ballot, guess what? That one's going to count, right? If we do have her original absentee ballot, then Susan's, this one she just did, will not count. And we'll send Susan a letter in the mail telling her, Susan, on May 5th we received your absentee ballot. Therefore, the provisional ballot you cast on June 5th did not count. We will only send letters to voters whose provisional ballots did not count. So we may run into these situations, maybe more in November than in June, but we will run into them. It's not a red flag. It doesn't require you to call our office. If you follow the steps, they'll take you down to number 1 in the yellow. And if they don't understand what we're trying to do, you can always point over here on this other side, what we're having them do. And if they still don't get it, if they still don't get why we're doing this, then you have them call, and we'll explain to them. Because the only available option for this voter at this time is to do a provisional ballot.